Welcome everyone. Hey! Sit down? Okay. Thank you for coming today in April of 2023. And thank you, Anne, for bringing your movie to us. And thank you all the lovely panelists who made the trip to share what they know about theaters. We have Alan and Erica, Maria and Kathy. So I'm Therese. 7 months ago on this stage with this hand, I dropped this mic, and it wasn't an accident. It was the ceremonial mic drop to indicate the end of a significant accomplishment, as my husband Mike and I had run this Colonial Theater for 27 and a half years. And the finale celebration in September was our 10-day retirement party with 71 screenings of 3 movies. And my short speech was the final one after those of Mayor Sanders and Michael. The incomparable Ned Leitner captured that evening for posterity, and it can be viewed on the Colonial website still, if you want. Ned is here now again to do the same. Thank you, Ned. So I pick up this mic again because of 2 people and 1 mission. The people are Anne Continelli, who brings us her movie from Massachusetts about the rescue of the Coolidge Corner Theater there, and Eric Bush of Belfast, who is the catalyst and facilitator of SOCT, Save Our Colonial Theater. Anne will introduce her movie next, and then Eric will speak after the Q&A when we learn what the Coolidge may have to teach the Colonial about its future. The mission is the renewal and reopening of this Colonial Theater under new ownership. That's an important part, yes. And the vision for that is, like so many community theaters in Maine have done, operating as a not-for-profit corporation with not only motion pictures, but live entertainment, educational programs, and community events. You've seen many examples of Maine theaters on the screen today and in the photo exhibit downstairs, and these people are all doing it, and many more in Maine as well. So today's event marks the public beginning of this project. Eric, as the keynote speaker, will be telling you all about SOCT. Now, before I leave the stage, I want to say I think that it's going to be necessary to have a collective spirit for the success of opening the theater again. So as the project of SOCT unfolds, many will need to help participate. Because Mike and I had facilitated storytelling here for so long, we know the power of a story. So I have 2 to share today on this topic. These are stories I learned in childhood, not fairy tales, more like fables or folk tales. I bet they'll be familiar to you. The first takes place in a barnyard, where a little red hen discovers some grains of wheat, and she knows after many steps they can become a delicious loaf of bread. And she says, who will help me plant this wheat? Who will help me tend this wheat and harvest and take this wheat to the miller to become flour? Who will help bake the flour into bread? And every time the answer is, not I, said the pig, not I, said the cow, not I, said the sheep. Well, I'll do it myself, and she did. And in the end, there was a great loaf of bread, and everyone wanted to share, but she said, no, it is for my chicks. They could not help. In our story, though, there are people saying, yes, I will, said the pig. I will, said the cow. I will, said the sheep. But now we probably need a horse and some geese and a goat, a donkey, maybe an emu or a llama, who knows? Because each participant will bring a unique expertise and resources and probably ideas for what types of bread to make. And for the little chicks, well, children love to see shows here. And there's some people in the community who really can't help, but they deserve a theater. And you think of the unhatched future generations that will love a theater here. So the second story is set in the countryside, where there had been many battles and terrible things happening, but the good guys won and the soldiers are traveling home through the mountains. And at each village they stop and they say, could you perhaps spare some lunch for us? Supplies are low and they don't want to be mean to people, so they have a trick. They say, we have a magic stone and we will make a pot of soup for everyone. We need a fire and a pot of water, and they're stirring the soup with the stone. And one soldier says, an onion would sure add some zip to this. And then someone remembers, in the back corner of the root cellars, there's an onion. And soon in many root cellars in the back corner, there is found a potato or a parsnip or a beet or a turnip, and a great soup is made and shared by everyone. And in the end, the soldiers pack up their stone and go off to teach another village about community. Now, our mission is not about soup or bread. However, it is about nourishment of a different sort. Nourishment for the heart and soul of the community, which a vibrant theater can help provide. You may have noticed on the ends of the marquee today, we have two messages. One side says, everything old is new again. And on the other side, the show must go on, life finds a way. So now, let us welcome to Belfast and the fabulous Dreamland stage and Continelli.
Thank you so much, Therese. Hi, thank you all for having me. I'm very honored to be here. The Colonial Theater is closed, and the weight of that is felt particularly tonight as we're all together in this theater to watch a film, to sit next to our neighbors, and to experience what we were able to experience for a long time. And after tonight, the Colonial Theater is going to be closed again. But it doesn't have to be that way, and it doesn't have to stay that way. And if we scroll back about 35 years and about 200 to 115 miles south to 1989 in Brookline, Mass., there was another theater that was going through exactly what you're going through today. And what started out as a small group of people who gathered in one man's living room turned into a community-wide effort that figuratively and literally surrounded and hugged the theater to protect it and to save it. You can do the same thing today. Belfast is the community to do this. Not every community can save a theater. The community has to have elements from the very beginning. Elements of being a community, of showing a commitment to the arts, a commitment to being together. And I believe, I've spent quite a bit of time in Belfast, I believe you are the community to do this. I started the Coolidge, the movie you're about to see was supposed to be a 5 to 10 minute video commemorating the 30th anniversary of the Coolidge being saved and becoming a 501c3. As I began to conduct these interviews and speak with these individuals, I contacted Kathy and said, Kathy, there is no way I can tell this story in 5 to 10 minutes. And it turned into a 36-minute film. I always knew Act 3 wasn't done. I always thought Act 3 was going to be the Coolidge was expanding, and Act 3 was going to be the opening of the expansion. And then the pandemic hit, and I was like, oh, okay, Act 3 is going to be surviving the pandemic and the expansion, which they did. But then I read that the Colonial Theater had closed. And I said, Act 3 has to be bigger. It has to be about not just the Coolidge. It has to be about why we need to keep movie theaters, why we need to have community spaces where we come together, where we sit next to our neighbors and we experience art together, and we get moved together, and we cry together, and we laugh together. There is something about that that connects us and binds us and changes us. And so then I approached Mike and Therese, and I found some filmmakers, some amazing filmmakers, because this is Belfast's story. So it has to also be told by Belfast filmmakers. It has to be grassroots. And I've partnered with some amazing filmmakers, and I've partnered with another colleague of mine, and we are in the act of making a bigger story, a bigger picture, about the bigger picture. And I really appreciate all of you being here today. I appreciate all of you who've spoken with us. I really hope you enjoy this film. I really hope that this is the beginning of a really, really great story, because as my great friend Erica Mack said, in the end, tell a great story. And that's what we're going to do. Thank you very much.